Good morning, everyone. I'm Kathleen Gonzalez, and I will be your teacher in English for academic and professional purposes for the whole SEM. And today, we will discuss about the Module 1 or Lesson 1 of Eapp. But before we start, kindly provide your paper and also your ballpen so you can jot down notes. And another thing is kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. So, let us begin. So, English for academics and professional purposes, the topics are the nature of academic text, the text structure. This is for the whole Module 1 or Lesson 1 of EWAP. So, before we proceed to our topic, let's begin with your first activity, which is the what I know. Okay, write it in your own paper. So, for your what I know, okay, number 1, what have you written so far for your friends or relatives? Again, what have you written so far for your friends or relatives? This is for 5 points. Okay, number 2, have you written a title for your research paper? Number 2, have you written a title for your research paper? And this is also for 5 points. Okay, I think you're done. Okay, our next activity is the first move. Okay, need to answer again, and then this is for 5 points. And for your first move, okay, number 1, what are the differences between composing your letter for your friends or relatives and a research study? Okay, all you have to do is to differentiate between the composing your letter for your friends or relatives and a research study. Okay, what are the difference? This is for 5 points again. Okay, I think you're done. Okay, let's have the introduction. Okay, okay, as you can see on your screen, the poems, skits, compositions about your Christmas and summer vacations are examples of non-academic texts. Okay, those are examples of non-academic texts. Again, the poems, the skits, compositions about your Christmas and summer vacation, etc. are examples of non-academic texts. Another one is the personal, emotional, impressionistic, and also the subjective in nature. Okay, those are non-academic. When we say subjective, this is your point of view or your own opinion. Okay, when we say naman personal, this is your, for example, your diaries, your journal, your everyday life. Okay, sinusulat nyo to. Kumbaga parang diary nga, ina-update. May letter, may another one is merong date. Basta all about your personal things sinusulat nyo dito. And then, included na din yung emotional and impressionistic. When you say subjective in nature, again, this is your own opinion or your point of view. Okay, that is the non-academic text. Okay. Non-academic text can be more informal in tone and may even rely more heavily on emotional appeal or opinions of the author. Okay, so the keyword for non-academic text is informal. Okay, remember that, informal in tone. Okay, let's have the book review, reaction paper, and thesis. Okay, those are the examples of an academic text naman. Okay? Again, book review, reaction paper, and thesis, those are the examples of academic texts. Okay, let's proceed. Okay, when it comes to academic texts, we have here critical, objective, specialized texts written by experts, professionals in a given field using formal language. Okay, so objective naman dito kanina kay non-academic, subjective, your own opinion. Pagdating naman kay when we say objective, based on facts, okay? Or true katotohanan, okay? Unlike kay non-academic text, subjective kasi based on opinion lang, okay? Academic texts are based on facts with solid basis. And then academic texts, those are academic writing, therefore is generally quite formal, objective, and technical. Academic text is formal by avoiding casual or conversational language such as informal vocabulary or constructions like don't equals do not. Okay, instead of don't, say do not. Okay. Again, academic text is formal by avoiding casual or conversational language such as informal vocabulary or constructions. Okay. Another thing is it is impersonal and objective by avoiding direct reference to a people or feelings. It is based on facts and not an opinion. Okay, based on facts, not an opinion. And it is technical by using vocabulary specific to the discipline. Okay. To be a good academic writer, you need to learn the specific styles and structures for your discipline. Okay, what are those academic discipline? Okay, we have here business, social studies, humanities, and natural and applied sciences. Again, academic disciplines are like business, social studies, humanities, and natural and applied sciences. Okay, we have here the examples of academic texts. Number one is literary analysis. Okay, what is literary analysis? When we say literary analysis, it examines, evaluates, and makes an argument about a literary work. Okay, when we say kasi sa literary analysis, it's all about judgment, observation of a literary work. Ano ba yung mga literary work? Like a book. Okay, so sa book, sa novel, short story, or any reading materials. Any kind of reading materials. Okay, again, literary analysis, it examines, evaluates, and makes an argument about a literary work. Another one is it goes beyond mere summarization. Okay, that is literary analysis. Literary analysis, it requires careful, close reading of one multiple text and often focuses on a specific characteristic, theme, or motive. Again, it requires careful, close reading of one or multiple texts and often focuses on a specific characteristic, theme, or motive. Okay, number two is the research paper. When it comes in research paper, it uses outside information to support a thesis or make an argument. Okay, it's all about debate. Okay. Common research sources include data, primary sources, and secondary sources. Okay. So, balik tayo kay literary analysis. Pag kay literary analysis, all about observation, judgment, critic. Okay. Pagdating naman kay research paper, application, dito na natin ginagawa kung ano yung na-observe natin. The third one is dissertation. When it comes to dissertation, it is a document submitted at the conclusion of a PhD program. A book-length summarization of the doctoral candidate's research. Okay, balik tayo para mas clear. Okay, what are those examples of academic text? Number one is literary analysis, and all you have to all the things that you have to remember is this is all about the judgment or critic observation. And then when it comes to research paper, application. Kasi dito niya na ina-apply what you have observed, critic, and judge. And then the last one, dissertation, dito na yung sharing. Okay, nakikita niyo ba yung flow? Pagmula sa observe, application, and the third one is sharing. Okay. Okay, for your enrichment scale number 1, okay, how would you compare those images to academic writing? Okay, as you can see on your screen, how would you compare those images to academic writing? And you need to answer that in your um, provided paper. 5 points again. Okay, so let's have the text structure. Okay, in text structure, we have three-part essay structure. Okay, number one is the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. Again, the three-part essay structure are introduction, body, and conclusion. Okay, in introduction, its purpose is to clearly tell the reader the topic and the purpose and the structure of the paper. Ano nga ba yung goal ng content ng isang book or ng isang article? Okay, ayun yung purpose ni introduction. It might be between 10% and 20% of the length of the whole paper. Okay, in introduction, we have three main parts. Okay, those are the most general information, the core of the introduction, the most specific information. Okay, magmumula tayo kay the most general information, pangkalahatan, malawak, broad. Okay, kay the core, the introduction, okay, medyo specific. Pero the most specific information, meron ng pinupunto. Okay, nakikita niyo yung flow, pakunti ng pakunti. Number one, the most general information, the core of the introduction, and the most specific information. Those are the three main parts of introduction. In introduction, write your introduction after you know both overall point of view and the whole structure of your paper. It revises the introduction you have completed the main body. Okay, after the introduction, we also have the body. It's elaborate directly on the topic sentence by giving definitions, classifications, explanations, contrasts, examples, and evidence. Kumbaga yung body kasi, yan yung tinatawag natin content or nilalaman. Nandyan na yung lahat. Okay? And then, it is the heart of the essay. That is the body. Okay? Again, the body is the heart of the essay. It expounds the specific ideas for the readers to have a better understanding of the topic. And then the body is the largest part of the essay. After the introduction, again, the introduction, dun yung makita yung purpose or yung goal ng content. And then the body is your content and the heart of the essay. And then the conclusion, it mirrors image of the introduction or the mirror image of the introduction. Pag sinabi natin mirror image, si conclusion ang sumasalamin kay introduction. Kung ano yung kay introduction, connected kay conclusion. Okay. Kung ano yung kay introduction, si conclusion ang sumasagot. Kaya it mirrors the introduction. the introduction rather. Okay, conclusion begins with general information, ends with specific information. It begins by briefly summarizing the main scope or structure of the paper. And conclusion, it confirms the topic that was given in the introduction. It ends with a more general statement about how this topic relates to its context. Okay, so those are the three-part essay structure. Again, the introduction, the body, and also the conclusion. Introduction, dito nyo makikita yung goal. The body is your content or the heart of an essay. And then conclusion, mirror image, okay, of the introduction. Okay, let's proceed to the enrichment skill number 2 for 5 points again. Answer it to your provided paper. Okay, instruction, search for a book and look for the instruction, body, and conclusion. Okay, all you have to do is look for the introduction, body, and conclusion. Okay, again, maghahanap kayo ng any kind of books and ang gagawin nyo is hanapin nyo saan doon yung introduction, saan yung body, and nasaan si conclusion. Okay? That is your enrichment skill number 2 na kailangan nyong sagutan. Okay, for your last task, we have here the drive on. Okay, for your drive on, and it need to answer in your provided paper for 20 points. Okay, based on the answers from your discussion, define and give the features of academic writing. Okay, again, based on the answers from your discussion, define and give the features of academic writing. Okay, number 1, in your own words, okay, in your own words ha, hindi nyo pwedeng i-search to sa Google. Kailangan sariling sagot nyo lang. Okay. Number 1, academic writing is, okay, an essay form po ito. Okay, academic writing is what? For you, what is academic writing? Number 2, academic writing requires what? Number 2, academic writings requires what? Okay, for number 3, academic writing is different from creative essay, a business letter, and a legal document in terms of what? Number 3, academic writing is different from creative essay, a business letter, and a legal document in terms of what? And number 4, what you have learned in this lesson. Number 4, what you have learned in this lesson. Okay, that's all for the module 1. Okay, thank you for listening and God bless and see you on our next module lesson. Okay, don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel. Goodbye. Thank you for listening.